I just did 40 minutes before this, but I figured why not take the opportunity to record out here when people aren't going to aggravate me. So back again. I'm having this fucking crisis of, well, not really a crisis, but sometimes I worry like that everything I'm putting out is just negative. So I'm always bitching about something, you know, and there's a lot to bitch about it, you know. World's falling apart, you know, and it has to. That's a good thing, because it has to come apart, because the way it is now is shit. So it all has to burn down. So they're kind of helping by doing what they're doing in cities, by trying to get them all burned down. It's a good thing, because it all has to go away. But yeah, I don't, you know, I feel like I'm either not putting enough positivity, because I mean, at the end of the day, right, what are you putting out there? What are you, what frequency are you putting out? If I'm here all the time just talking about the shitty stuff and complaining about things like that, it's like, we know it's shitty, right? I mean, even if I'm trying to work out a situation or a problem, or hopefully, you know, try to come to an understanding about something and maybe get some feedback from someone else about it, the net result is that I'm pushing out negative bullshit, you know? And I don't know. And a lot of times, too, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot of the same stuff. Then again, like, I don't know. I could be the first time someone's tuning in. So I feel like the more important things, what I think are important anyway, about understanding our situation here, I like to kind of go over it. But, you know, I should do that less, because a lot of you guys that come here all the time, like, we're not, our group isn't getting any bigger. It's you know, this isn't the kind of thing that does. And also, I could just suck at this. But the, you know, we have a little group here that always comes back. So, like, I feel bad, because I'll take time to go through something again. Like, I just did 40 minutes on a lot of the same shit I always talk about, thinking that, well, maybe this will be the first time someone sees anything like this or hears anything like this. So I feel compelled to go through it, but that's like a small percentage of a possibility. What is normal is that, you know, I have you guys that come back all the time that, you know, I know, basically. You know, I've talked to all of you at one point or another. You know, regulars, I'm not going to go on a list of names, because I'll know I'll forget someone and feel like an ass. But, yeah, I kind of gotta find a balance there, you know. And, I mean, I'm still working on it. You know, I've only been doing this a couple of years. And I've learned a lot of stuff that doesn't work. The 10,000 hours thing, right? They say that you have to do something for 10,000. I think this whole idea derives from the arts. You gotta do something for 10,000 hours to be proficient at it. I've done like 500, I think, toward my 10,000. Because you figure, you know, I've done over 1,000 videos. I dumped the like older ones because they were just redundant, or I talked about a concept that I've moved on from, or they were just shitty, you know. So I deleted like over time, I don't know, a couple hundred, and I have like, I think 800 up there now. You know, plus other ones I was doing for Rumble for a while when I thought my videos were being seen there, but they weren't, because I can't figure out how to get them out of storage. Every time, it's such a fucking boomer sometimes with some of these things. Well, I don't know what's going on with Rumble. I'm doing something wrong, but I can't figure out what it is. Everything I record here goes there, but it goes into store. This is what I'm fucking wasting your time with. Sorry about that. I gotta readjust priorities here. I'm watching that thing still going on, the mall alien thing. That's a weird one. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. Is it like, you know, no one seems to know either. Is it a bungled psyop? Is it some kind of blue beans thing? The one thing I think, most people can agree on, at least in the schizo circles, is that it's not aliens, because there are no aliens. If they're aliens, they're beings that are being called aliens. Because there's no space up there. There's no planets or any of that shit. It's all bullshit. There's a firmament, and above that's water. The firmament separates the waters above from the waters below, and the heavens, whatever that is. But there's certainly not a Star Trek type situation up there. So whatever they are, they could be just like interdimensional type things, like demons. I use the term demons when I talk about the things I interact with out here. Sometimes, not a lot lately. It seems like they've been real quiet. But it could be a host of different things. But it is not space aliens from another planet. That's one thing it definitely isn't. Other than that, it's weird, because it seems like the more information that comes out about it, well, there's not a lot of information coming out about it at all. It's just the speculation from people is jumping all over the place. So this one kid on TikTok, and I don't want to post any of this stuff here because I don't know what is going to get flagged, and I'm already on so many fucking lists I can only imagine. But this guy on TikTok, which is a credible source, this kid whose dad is running for police chief in Miami, he called him up on this TikTok. He's like, what's really happening at that mall? And his dad has this fucking 1,000-yard stare. I'll link it below, and actually will. I know I say that all the time and I forget. If I ever say I'm going to link something and I don't, and you really want to see it, just fucking tell me and I'll do it. I just forget. Sometimes as soon as I hit that upload button, I just kind of forget all about what the fuck I just did. And I'm on to something else. But his dad, he does it on TikTok, where he calls him on TikTok. And his dad, he's like, I can't tell you anything about it. Or he's like, I can't say. I'm not allowed to say. And the kid's like, really? He goes, are you kidding? And he's like, I can't tell you. And he's like, what? Was it a fight with fireworks? And he was like, I can't tell you. And he looked scared. I see OJ, and he looks scared. He did though. He looked like he had that 1,000-yard fucking stare, and it's weird. I don't know. If this shit, I mean, if it's fake, this is just another. This whole thing, right, could be a test of social media. That could be the psyop, But that's a lot of fucking cops in one area. I didn't even know there were that many fucking cops in Miami that could get there all at once. Were they waking people up in the middle of the night, getting your fucking cruiser? Are there that many cops on patrol and available to show up like that at that time? I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know. You've probably seen the pictures, but I don't know. You can't really fake that unless that's fucking CGI or something. And then I've seen the short clips of people running out of the mall. And of course, this could also be doctored, whatever. But they're fucking screaming. They're screaming. And that kid, I was talking about it last night in a video I did. I think it's probably up by now. Who originally was a witness and gave a description, who I said was definitely I felt he was telling the truth. He's now doing that thing like the fucking guy who talks about the giant on the mountain. He's now backtracked it all, saying he was just trolling. He was just trolling. He made it all up. I don't know. The mountain kid though is fucking weird still too. What happened to him? That almost feels like the psyop there was that You know, they wanted us to think, oh shit, did they get him? But then you got to look at it and remember, these guys aren't very competent. These are not the G-men of my dad's day. You know, don't ban me, bros. But, you know, there's a competency situation here too. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. Do you take it for, on the surface, what it looks like? Or do you go one level down from the surface? Or do you go 4 levels down from the surface? You just need more information. What we have at this time is still not a lot to go on. Now, I know the airports did get closed down because there were people, well, flights weren't going in and out because there were people on the boards at the time that were monitoring that, the air traffic in the area, and the air traffic completely stopped. No one was coming in, no one was going out. You could go to the radar there, and I was watching people do it, showing that, you know, some of that thread. I think they started the thread saying, you know, whatever, funny title. There's no one in the air right now in the area. So that was definitely a real thing that was going on. And now it's like they're just like going around and trying to say, no, none of that happened. I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. The only thing that makes me feel like there was some kind of happening was the police response. Because usually, if it's some kind of false flag or something, which it usually is 99% of the time, the police are definitely in on it. You know, Freemasons, and, you know, they have a big hand in it, right? The fact that so many showed up, I don't know. How could they not know, you know? And it's like, well, is there really something that is penetrating the veil, or being, you know, or we're seeing now, and that is able to interact with, because we are in those times, man. We are getting into those times. And the other day, on the 1st, when it switched over, I saw a lot of people talking about, on X, like, do you guys feel it? Things have changed, things have shifted, and they're showing the blue dot and how erratic it was, and I was just like, no, they say this all the time about things, until I started kind of feeling it. Something, it feels a little different, like even between, like, you know, me and Nia, we're not like fighting or anything, like everything's cool, but it feels like she's been a lot more quiet. We don't, and I'm having kind of trouble communicating with her. Not, you know, I sound like Biden. Not communicating the thing, man. I feel like something is kind of, there's a weird thing going on there. I shouldn't use her as an example, but there's a communication kind of problem. I noticed that with people too, in places. The guy in the elevator I was talking to last night, and a neighbor that I've never seen before. And I never, you know, people come in and out of my building all the time. We have a lot of new people in there too, because there's a lot of new people in the neighborhood. And I was trying to make a joke just to break up the fucking weird fucking elevator ride, because with some people there's like this tension, you know. So I always try to break that up. And he wasn't understanding what I was saying. And I don't think it was his fault. In my mind, I felt like I was being clear, but it obviously wasn't. And I've noticed that in stores of people too. It's almost like there's like a layer. There's a layer of like bullshit kind of between people, or an extra buffer between people that's, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but it seems like it's harder to communicate with people or something. I'm feeling like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just something that, you know, I didn't feel it right away. And I was kind of just being a naysayer when everybody was talking about it. But I'm not super perceptive with the spoopy stuff. Sometimes I can feel things, you know. Sometimes I can. You know, I am sensitive to stuff like that. Like, I can't fucking take the bus anymore. You know, because if it's filled up with people, it's like, I feel like Professor Xavier and like X-Men 181, you know, just like holding my head. Why? You know, so, I mean, sometimes I do have trouble with that kind of stuff, but I feel like there's something extra going on. Or it changed. Something changed, you know? And then right away you get what? The Japan stuff, right? A couple other things. You have this thing now too that's going on that no one knows what the fuck to make of it, you know, including myself. It's weird because usually with these kind of happenings or non-happenings, almost from the very beginning, I can look at it and be like, oh, this is bullshit, you know? None of this is real. This is, you know what I mean? But with this one, I don't know. A little harder. It's not coming to me super easy. It's not coming to anybody super easy. Everybody's throwing out fucking ideas of what it could be, you know? I don't know. Find out. Wait for more information. I've become such an expert at fucking ignoring people. And now it's like I didn't even break my sentence. Kept going. Because I know, like, you don't know me. And I don't answer to hey. And you're only calling me because you want money or cigarettes or something. So fuck you. You know? Stop shitting up my neighborhood. But, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm gotta be talking about the same fucking old man shit. Yeah, I get that. A lot of people get that here, though. You know, idiots where, like, they'll see you, they want something, but they want you to come to them. Hey, brother, so-and-so. It's like, you don't know my name. I don't know you. I don't know why you expect me to... The best one day, well, not the best, is I get endless stories like this, but sitting behind the house, behind Schizo Garage there, out, sitting down, smoking a cigarette, the car pulls up, and the passenger rolls down the window because the driver's on the other side. I thought it was a guy I knew. So at first I'm like, hey, you know, like that, because I thought it was someone. And then once he started talking, I'm like, oh, I don't know this fucking guy. He wanted to borrow my lighter. Now he's in the car, right? I'm sitting over on the sidewalk. This motherfucker thought I was gonna get up and go over to his car, walk around to his side, and light his cigarette like a fucking bitch. I'm like, the fucking balls on these people. Lack of intellect. And the huge amount of balls. So I'm just like, you know, no, I'm just like balling him off. Like, I'm not doing that. And of course he got kind of upset and fucking gunned it and peeled off. Like, yeah, and it's like, you know, most normal people would say like, wow, what a fucking asshole. But I don't think he thought he was being an asshole at all. I think he, you know, you're obviously smoking, you have a lighter. You should be able to light me up. Fuck you. You stop ruining the neighborhood too. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a holiday saying this too, by the way. But you know, whatever. I don't cause trouble. I'm not here making the place worse. I'm just doing my own thing. I don't take up I don't do a lot. You know, I don't really devalue anything in the area. If anything, I try to be respectful to people, you know, and I'm not minusing, you know what I mean? I'm not like, I'm not putting things into a deficit, you know. If anything, you know, I try to add, but, you know, where you can, you should always try to do that, though, anyway. You want to be an asset as a human being, not a fucking drag. Okay. I don't think I've accomplished trying to be more positive, though. I don't think that happened. I'm going to keep working on it, though, because God loves a trier. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.